Hello and welcome to my latest speech. Today we're going to talk a little bit about chicken farming. So why chicken farming? Well, we're kind of living in this weird time where we don't really know what's going on, so everybody's super worried about how am I going to take care of my family, how am I going to feed everybody, and all of that. So what I'm going to try to prove to you today is that chicken farming is a good self-sufficient form in a small space. So first, let's talk about that, right? Small space. At most, you might have, 1-2 acres of land. That's not enough space for pigs or cows or anything big, yet you still want to do something to supply meat for your family. Well, chickens are really cool because you can have about an acre, and that acre can supply anywhere from actually 200 to 400 chickens in that single plot of land. You might have to build a couple of chicken coops, but the chicken coops are really easy to build and they're also cheap. A few 2x4s and some chicken wire. Now, according to Ed and Carolyn Robinson in their Have-War plan, which was originally written for the World War II soldiers returning home, didn't have a lot of money, didn't have a lot of space, but needed something to do. Chickens was one of the very first things to start. It was actually even considered more efficient than rabbit farming. So cost effectiveness. Cost effectiveness, chickens are really cheap. On average, 20 chickens will eat 75 pounds of food in anywhere from 3 to 4 months. When a 50-pound bag of food costs no more than maybe $16 or $17. You don't have to have any type of special feed mixed in. It's generally a 1 pound or 1 bag source until they get a little bit older and you have to have scratch grain and water. They don't have to have a whole lot of room to live either. A 6x4 foot chicken coop can hold anywhere from 20 to 40 chickens well over comfortability. Most of them actually hold anywhere from 80 to 100. So we've talked about cost effectiveness. But how is this a good thing for you? Well, think about this. Say you want to have chickens, but you also want to have fresh produce. Well, the chicken feces is actually one of the best forms of composting manure that you can use for fertilizer. What about chicken eggs? You always have chicken eggs, right? Chicken eggs go in bacon, they go in food products, they go in just by themselves if you want breakfast. So then you can take those chicken eggs and you can produce better, more nourishing and healthier chicken eggs by actually taking eggshells, toasting them, and feeding them back to the chickens. So you really don't even have a whole lot of waste from it because you can use the eggs, you can use the feces. Another thing that chickens are really good at is getting certain pests and insects. So they get the fire ants, they get things like that, and they actually keep them out of your yard. One thing you can do is build a chicken coop that has wheels. So you can actually move it from area to area if you have a little bit more land than say 1 or 2 acres, say 2 or 3. You move from area to area, and you can take and till that up the year after, and you don't even have to move the fertilizer. As far as bedding goes when they're younger, well, that's real easy. It could be wood chips, it could be sawdust, it could be straw, hay, grass. It doesn't really matter. They're not that picky. They do need warmth, however, so heating lamps are definitely a thing you're going to need. So you're going to have some source of electricity. But as they get older and they start reproducing eggs of their own, which, by the way, they do like crazy. They'll produce anywhere from 4 to 5 fertilized eggs per 20 chickens per every 2 weeks. So then all you have to do is have a brood hen. So a brood hen is a mother chicken. Well, in every batch of, they estimate 10 to 12, you generally have a brood hen. And of course you have to have a rooster. So like in my case, I went ahead and I bought 20 chickens. I know at least 8 of them are roosters. So here's where this turns out cool. I'll keep 1 rooster for fertilization, and the other 7 of them I'll raise to good enough age, and then boom, now I have chicken in the freezer. So not only do I have a source of eggs, a source of fertilizer, pest control, but I also have meat. They're cheap, they're cost effective, they're super simple to take care of, their buildings are easy to make, it's a no-brainer. It's one of the best methods of cheap and quick self-sufficiency for a low-land area. I hope this has been informative to you. And I hope that I have persuaded you that chickens are really a great way to go if you're looking for a cheap, again, that's a cheap, self-sufficient, easy way to farm in a small amount of space.